Well, it has finally come to this. After 7 movies and 5 spin-off movies as well, the X-Men franchise is almost coming to an end. Hello everybody, welcome to another movie review vlog, and today I'm taking a look at Dark Phoenix. And let me tell you something, after so much anticipation on how it's going to end for Fox's X-Men edition, I have to say that I am rather disappointed. But then again, I came into this movie with very low expectations, despite how pretty much everyone was pretty much jumping ship or pretty much going to jail or court for obvious reasons. So I don't want to get too much into that, but for the most part, let me just get right into the movie here so I can get this over with. So, X-Men Dark Phoenix is, well, I keep saying X-Men, but I just want to say Dark Phoenix is the movie. Oh man, I'm already screwing this up as it is. Please excuse me real fast because of the fact that it's pretty hot out here in California, and I had to switch from my one Studio A to Studio B, and the lighting is a little off, so I do apologize for that. And I have to shrink myself a little bit, so, in order to adjust myself to get the right lighting. Of course, the green screen is going to be a little off, but that's the way it is for now. And speaking of the way it is, pretty much the way I expected this to go down with Dark Phoenix. I have to say, let me just get through the positive parts of this movie, is that a lot of the actors in this movie did very well for themselves, well, mostly James McAvoy and some of the younger cast members like Ty Sheridan as Cyclops, and the girl who played Storm and Nightcrawler, how they worked together and their acting skills as a team did pretty well. Hopefully they have a bright future when it comes to their acting careers, especially when it comes to crappy movies like this. As for everyone else, well, everyone else was pretty much just hand-fisted and just rolling with the punches, especially with Jennifer Lawrence, Michael Fassbender as Magneto, which I was a little disappointed, but then again, I was pretty disappointed with a lot of things in this movie, like the bland acting and dialogue, the emotions of certain aspects and scenes in this movie, like characters who pretty much died off way too early, even though it was pretty obvious as to why, mostly because they don't want to do it anymore, or someone who just gets injured and instead of recovering very quickly because they are mutants with superpowers, they just get knocked to the side and are pretty much never seen throughout the rest of the movie until a quick glimpse of them at the very end. This movie had a lot of problems for itself, and of course, aside from the dialogue, the music was okay, but the thing is that it was just so perplexing when it came down to what exactly was going on in this movie. I mean, it was pretty obvious from the very get-go that you had this sort of aspect of how it happened. I mean, Sophie Turner as Jean Grey, going through the emotions of the Dark Phoenix, getting the power of a blood-hungry cosmic being is very well received, and how she struggles with it is not that bad, but how it's delivered throughout the rest of the movie is just really terrible. I mean, spoiler warning, just so you know, there's another group of alien race who wants to take control of the Dark Phoenix as well, but it is just so vague and terrible of how it's set up, and what their very goal is just very thinly laid out. That they're there only for the bad guy scenes to attack the X-Men, and that's pretty much it. I understand that there was also a lot of reshoots going on with this movie as well, and some of the reshoots, from what I can tell, was possibly from the train scenes, from what I've heard online, because when watching this entire 2/3 of the movie, it was pretty much just straightforward and bland. Several scrap fights here and there, but that was pretty much it. But when it came to the third act of the movie with the entire train scene, it was actually pretty good. It was actually like a real X-Men movie for once. A very real, well-written, well-received, choreographed team movie. The disappointing part about this is that it was one of the only good scenes in this entire movie was the train scene. How they worked together as an efficient superhero team, how they took out the villains, but overall, that was pretty much it. If you were watching this movie without any rumors, internet rumors whatsoever, you could just get bored all the way through until you get to that train scene, until it does a complete 180 with your emotions as you were finally getting into it. And by the time you were getting into it, and the epic climax, it's pretty much over. And everyone leaves with a very somber note, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And no end credit scenes either, which, quite honestly, I really don't blame them, because given that this is pretty much the last Fox-related X-Men movie that they're going to be shipping over their rights over to Disney, quite frankly, I'm actually kind of relieved. Hopefully, in a few years' time, that Disney and Marvel Studios will actually carry the X-Men franchise back to its former glory. But for now, the Dark Phoenix saga is poorly written with some decent special effects, mediocre style superhero music like you hear from every other superhero movie. And quite honestly, a lot of these actors who've been in these movies for the last, I don't know, what was it, like 8 years now, they're pretty much done. You can just tell by the expression on their faces that they're ready to get on with better jobs and acting roles with their careers. And quite honestly, I don't blame them. And with that said, I would have to give Dark Phoenix a solid, oh boy, this is gonna be a tough one, 1.5 stars out of 5. Pretty boring for an X-Men movie, but not exactly the worst one. I would have to say it's a tier above X-Men United. Originally, I was going to do a bunch of X-Men movies leading up to this one, but given my time and consistency over the last few months of my life, I pretty much didn't have time for it. So I do apologize for that, and I will make up for it, along with the long list of other things that I have going on. But don't you worry, there will be some more reviews down the road, along with some well-received, long-awaited BT reviews as well. And for now, I'm just going to leave it at that. I do apologize for the quick video review, but I just want to get something up on my channel real fast, and I hope you guys will understand. And I appreciate you guys for watching, and also the new subscribers out there. There will be more videos coming out within the near future, so bear with me for just another week or so. I promise you there will be some new material. And that's pretty much it. And also, if you guys would like to support my channel in any way, feel free to hit me up over on Patreon, because quite honestly, even if I did get up to 10,000 subscribers or maybe 100,000 subscribers, I'm pretty much at this point never going to have ad revenue on my YouTube channel, which quite honestly I think is for the best and less anxiety for my mental health, if you ask me. So with that said, I would like to thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. And I will get back to some other movie reviews that are non-comic book related. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Take care, everybody.